I can't think of someone who more represents and is indeed a statesman of mankind than Julian Assange.
Yes.
And I really want to just speak to the fact that all of you here have taken a level of responsibility and moved out of your comfort zone, I'm sure, with all your friends whenever you've tried to discuss this, which is definitely more, I imagine, than most politicians. And I speak to the politicians here right now to think carefully about the direction that mankind is heading with the incredible swiftness of technology. We're facing an almost science fiction level of oppression on this planet. And the fact that there isn't more resistance to it just shows you how perfect the social engineering is, how incredibly intellectually crushing education is, how people are also exhausted from the, and I'm sure it's not unintentional, from just trying to live. And that's why I really, really respect all of you for coming out here, and all of you have your own crushing existence to deal with, which we all do. But I think what's so important, and why I so desperately want this to go the right way, is I want politicians to think carefully that yes, you have a comfortable position. It may be stressful, it may be without its, joys, but ultimately you're in a comfortable position. You don't have to do anything. You're sort of the ultimate in bureaucracy. But I hope that you will look at Julian Assange as what you should be, which is number one, doing the right thing. Now it is wrong to, in fact, it's actually a felony in the United States to make secret evidence of crimes. It's actually a felony. So obviously you can extrapolate from that everything that flows from this diabolical situation where it was a farce that he should be put in prison this long for jumping bail, we can clearly see, sorry, I'm like thinking of 2 points at the same time. We can clearly see that they intend to keep him unlawfully until they have the right window of opportunity, either because there's something else happening over there so everyone's distracted while they then extradite him to the US. And it won't be anything legal that happens to him once he's back in the United States. In fact, if any of you do get the chance to watch the VIGILS that went on for a year, John Kiriakou, who himself was a whistleblower of the horrific torture program that the CIA was running. If you go to YouTube and look at John Kiriakou discuss what befell him, or indeed anyone that ends up in the courts in Virginia, where unsurprisingly the jury are made up of ex-CIA members. So I mean, it's beyond farcical. In fact, it would be a superb black comedy if it wasn't so bloody terrifying. Actually, talking of terrifying and weird and curious, it's actually just over the river there at Beckton Gasworks that my father filmed Full Metal Jacket. And I also wanted to just say, because it's kind of funny, apparently Julian's favorite film is one of my father's, which is Dr. Strangelove. And I would say we're approaching that level of madness in terms of upside-down logic. So again, to the courts in England, to the Queen herself, if she has any real power, to all of the politicians in Great Britain, you need to show us that you're for Team Mankind, not Team criminal cartels of this planet. So please, please, do everything in your power, even expose yourself to potential harm, which many people have done in an effort, not least of all Julian. Jesus Christ, if that man hasn't exposed himself to harm, I don't know who. We're not all capable of that level of sophistication in protecting ourselves as Edward Snowden or Julian Assange to actually be able to fight at that level. But we certainly all can come out in strength, and we can all speak in a polite and caring way to the people around us who have drank the Kool-Aid and don't understand what's really going on. So I just really, really give my love to all of you for being here today, and to Emmy for organising this and carrying the torch. And please do watch the VIGILS, they're fascinating. It's a unique collection of you know, everything from comedians to journalists to whistleblowers to artists who really represent the future of mankind, as does Julian, who really is the statesman of mankind. Yes. So please, give a hand to Julian Assange. Free Julian!